Hello, hello, and hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the T in reality, and we can always come here first to quench your reality thirst. I am your girl Lana, the resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea, because you know I loves me some tea. Purr. So if you have the tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. Yeah, and I'm drinking water actually, just water because, hydration and all that. But also, if I wanted to put water in my cup, I have a cup that I would put it in. I would put it in this cup here because, this is the cup. And all the cool kids have this cup. So if you want to be part of the cool kids, you know what to do. You see it down there. Our merch link is lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the bio. If you're listening to this, it'll be in the bio still, in the description or whatever. But hit me up if you want this cup. We also have cup hats. We'll have cup shirts, cup sweatpants, and cup anything else in the future. So keep checking in on that.
I am looking forward to those sweatpants because, ooh, I have one pair, but I am looking for another. Hello, my name is Jack. I am a game designer, Twitch streamer, college student, and coffee addict from New Jersey. And it's a bit of a smaller crowd tonight. Just looks like everyone unfortunately got booked up, but hey.
It's okay. I mean, we're here to just give our opinion, our 2 cents. You can agree to disagree or whatever you want to do, but it's not going to change our opinions on anything.
It's a little bit of a more interesting episode.
Yeah, I feel like this episode is the filler episode leading into the next episode, which is going to be supposed to be bigger, and we'll talk about it. So yeah, so this episode starts off back as the Tika tribe after they come back from tribal council. Sarah was voted out, and Jam Jam is feeling a little nervous, a little scared. He's like, I don't know. I wish you would have told me, telling Carolyn, I wish you would have told me what the vote was. I would have been happy to do so. Although we all know he would not have been down with that.
He wouldn't have done it.
He wouldn't have done
it. It's saying the obvious things of, oh, why didn't you tell me? This is so horrible. And everyone else is just like, you wouldn't have accepted it regardless, and you could have played off that. Like, in the nicest way possible, that was never going to happen.
You were always voting for Josh.
And for the first time in this game, Jam Jam feels vulnerable.
Very much so. And is sad about not knowing where the vote was going to go, because Jam Jam always knew where the vote was going to go, and he liked knowing where the vote was going to go. But Carolyn decided, no, I'm not going to tell you where the vote's going to go. I'm not going to do it. So, yeah, he was sad and hurt. And Carolyn and Josh were like, look, it is what it is, because you weren't going that way with us. No way. So Josh is like, you lied to me. And Jam Jam's like, well, you lied to me. And he's like, but I lied to you to save myself. You lied to me just to lie to me.
Sure. Okay. Is that the logic we're justifying it with? Because
I mean, that's how I feel like Josh was thinking. Like, Jam Jam, you lied to me just to lie to me, to get me out of this game. Josh is like, in my head, I lied to you because you lied to me first, and I was just trying to save myself. I think that's the logic that was going on, but nobody actually said it. That's just me talking.
I mean, it makes sense at at the end of the day where it's like, look, I know you're likely coming after me, so why should I tell you anything? But also, it's difficult because at that point, can you get pissed at it's a weird feedback loop of you lied to me, so I lied to you, but I'm
Hmm.
mad at you for lying to me, but
For
you
lying to
can't be
you.
mad at me lying to you because you lied to me, and so on and so forth.
So that could go back around in circles 8 million times, and it still would make no sense. But what else? It is what it is. They both lied, but Sarah's gone, and Jam Jam is at the bottom, so he thinks. So the next day, we get a trip around everybody's camp. We go to Soka's camp, and they're talking. They're meditating, and Jamie's just as happy as she can be because she's like, I don't have to teach meditation here because everybody meditates. I'm so excited to be on this tribe, not just because it's the strongest tribe, but because everybody seems to be in tune and knows what's going on. And I love this. I just have to make my inroads in with this tribe so they won't take the easy vote and vote me out. Although I feel very secure with my two idols, one being real, one being fake. She is very secure in everything. And so she's happy about, you know, the tribe. Everybody's good. Um, then, so she's talking to Matt, and they're talking about just little stuff. Matt's giving her little, very little, and she can sense that he's
Very,
not
very
really
little.
giving her information, but he's trying just to talk because really nothing's happened. They haven't lost a challenge yet, so they don't really need to talk, I guess, strategic game right now. And so he's kind of just playing it vague. But she's feeling that. So then she goes to Franny, who is Matt's number one in this game, and they've already talked about how they're flirting back and forth, and they kind of like each other, and yada yada yada. She goes to Franny, and she's like, I like everybody, but if things have to happen at some point, I'm looking at Matt because Matt doesn't, you know. And Franny's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. And she immediately goes and tells Matt. 'Cause-
She, in this cloud of kumbaya and such a peaceful tribe, she's not realizing that this tribe did not start the same day that she got on the tribe. And there are pre existing connections. And in this case, unlike Tika, they are very strong. And if Soka was to ever lose, well, Jamie might need to use her idol if she realizes that.
Not me being muted for sure, but yeah, he would have to talk to she should use her idol if she something ever happens. But
You
I
look,
mean, you just have to.
if you have an idol that is only viable at the merge, before the merge, or whatever counts as before everyone is on one beach.
Right.
You play at the first tribal you can because unless you go to two tribals, realistically, they're not going to have like, oh, you merge when there are 9 people. Oh, you
Yeah,
merge when there are 7 people. No, you're going to merge at like 12, 11 people. You just play it
exactly.
every time. There is
And
no
anytime,
there's no thought. There's no
yeah,
thought behind it.
it would be not for me. It would be no thought about it. It's like, look, if I'm going to tribal, I'm playing it for myself. Period. I don't care if I need it or don't think I need it. I'm playing it for myself just in case, because you won't have a chance to do that once you hit the beach. And all of these people should have watched Survivor at some point. They know you go merge like 12, 13 people. You have to know that. You have to know that. That's common Survivor knowledge. But anyway,
Mm-mm-mm.
we go to Roku Beach, and Carson is right where he wants to be in this game, which is shocking to me.
Carson actually has the position that Jamie thinks she has, which is very strange.
It's just crazy that this young man has just walked on that beach and positioned himself in the perfect position from the top. Nobody else has been able to do that. Nobody else has had the privilege to do that. He has come in, I don't know what it is. Carson has, yes, I'm the golden child on his forehead, or I'm the best bet on his whatever he has. I don't know, his voodoo, his magic, his whatever, his charms.
I
It's
don't
just
know how
working.
he did it.
It,
It just
when he just walked in and took Jamie's spot,
like literally a body swap.
literally,
I I don't understand how that occurred.
and they let it happen. But Kane once likes Carson because they can nerd out together, and they're nerding out talking about everything Star Wars and Jedi's and Lord of the Rings and Pokemon, and they nerding out together over that. Matthew feels comfortable about crying with him and being emotional and vulnerable with him, so he's crying to him. And they're talking, and he's like, "I'm here for you." Everybody just wants to scoop him up. It's hilarious to me.
It's beautiful. It's a
But
beautiful,
I'm not
beautiful
mad at
moment.
it, though. I'm not mad at it because Carson was my winner pick, so I am not mad at it. Anytime seeing him in a position where he's not going to go home anytime soon, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But then we get back to Tika. They go back to Tika's camp, and Josh and Jam Jam are talking. And they have a moment where they're talking about how they came out or didn't come out, didn't have to come out, but just, reasons why they came out. So they had a moment, and they were talking, and they bonded, and were like, we could we could work with this. We could work on this and da da da. And Josh tells Jam Jam that he has another idol. And
Uh,
he shows him the same note from the last journey of his idol. And Jam Jam believes him for a minute, like, oh, okay. He said, "Yep, I got the idol. It's in my pocket." And he was like, oh, okay. So Jam Jam believes he has another idol at this point. So,
although he has a slight doubt because he hasn't seen the idol itself,
right, just
only
the
the
paper.
note.
Yep. But at this point, he's kind of like, okay, but whatever. He says he has it. It is what it is. So then we go to the immunity challenge. The immunity challenge is you, what is it? You're tethered together. You have to
You
go
are
through this obstacle of sticks oh, in this stick maze or whatever. All of you have to get through this stick thing. And then you go over, under these obstacles, over, under. Once you're there, you have to get water in a bucket, go up a seesaw of some sort, and it goes down, and you have to make sure you don't spill the water, and then you pour it in to drop a gate. You get enough water in this bucket to drop gate, and then once you get through the gate, two of you will do this puzzle, hand puzzle to the balls go through the maze and into 3 slots. That's it. That's a lot. And
I mean, compared to everything else, it felt a bit shorter. I mean, it was just this time around obstacle, obstacle, obstacle plus water bucket.
Then puzzle.
Not as bad. And this time, every single part needed cooperation.
Yes.
So I'll take it. I'll take it.
Wasn't bad. Everybody did it. And when I tell you, it was a close battle between everybody going through the obstacles. Like the obstacles, everybody kept it pretty close. And then we get to the puzzle, and that's where the rubber met the road. And some people struggled, and some people didn't. And
it very quickly became clear who was going to tribal. It took a little while to figure out who would send people on a journey, because once again, we had playing for power.
Yeah.
The power of control. I can't remember if that's how they phrased it.
Yeah, the power of control of who's going to go on this journey. And so the first team who ended up winning was Ratu. Ratu wins. They will have the power of control. Come in. My Kennedy invasion is happening. Come in.
And look, if you can't have a Kennedy invasion during an episode, are you even really here? But it is 2-2, and then Ratu gets their third ball in. And then Soka gets their third ball in. And and Tika hasn't even gotten.
They got the first ball in.
They got one in. They got one in. And then never managed to even get a second one to the end of the maze.
Nope. That was it.
So it was pretty clear that unfortunately the only fully queer tribe that has ever existed on Survivor would face a vote.
Yes.
And a vote with 3 people nonetheless.
Yep. So then Ratu gets to pick who's going to go on this journey. So Brandon is picked from Ratu to go. Come in, Kennedy. And then they pick Danny from Soka. And then Carolyn from Tika. Oh. And so that's who's going on this journey. Jack, would you like to talk about the journey? Because I feel like you might have a lot to say about this journey. Because I know I have thoughts about this journey.
So, this particular journey, I actually really like. I like the concept of this journey. It is very simply putting all of the expectations completely on their head. It is saying, you know what? We're just going to give you a reward. Hi, Kennedy. We're just going to give you a straight reward here.
Yeah, straight reward. No advantages, no games.
No funny business. just simply you get to relax and eat some good fruit, get some vitamins back in your body, feel refreshed. Welcome to the sanctuary. The thing they really don't focus on, they mention it once or twice, is no one's ever going to believe this. That you just got to relax, that you just had a little feast. No. Mm-mm. No, you're hiding something from us. You got some sort of advantage, something or other.
Right.
And I really, really like this.
I did too. It was just sitting there enjoying the food and but then here's where the
Here we
thoughts
go.
here's where the thoughts come in for me. Because then instead of sitting here enjoying this, the time and the food and comfort and enjoying each other's company, um Danny and Brandon started to be very men-like to me. Very man-like
Oh, yes.
to me. They were men. And right there in front of Carolyn, they were dismissing her completely. Dismissing her presence, dismissing anything about her. Basically like, you probably going home tonight, so we're not going to even talk to you, really. Although Carolyn wasn't going to go home regardless because Carolyn has an idol. But it was just like, when this merge happens, we people like us, we don't usually get last long once the merge happens. And Carolyn's like, people like us,
The,
he was like,
the,
I mean,
the
physical, strong guys.
big, the big, burly, manly men.
Because unlike you, Carolyn, you probably, good luck to you tonight. I don't
You'll
even know
be
you're gonna be,
fine. You'll
but
you'll either be voted out tonight or you'll be a zero vote finalist because you're so kooky. And
kooky, crazy.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Carolyn just sitting there and being like,
Oh,
are you for real, right? And
like,
just actually having food, like fruit, fall out of her mouth in pure shock is just
I mean,
that's
and
what
she
every single person watching.
she gave them ample opportunity to include. She was like, "Do you mean me?" And they were like, oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're here, you're witnessing this deal. I guess you're involved. Like,
And
no.
then was like, oh yeah, we can get us and me and Josh seems cool. And I'm like, really, Danny? Wasn't you trying to vote Josh out just last week before the shift happened? What? Huh?
Just it doesn't make sense. And having just
It was
it was
just crazy. It was crazy.
infuriating
It
would
was
be a way to put it. Like
yeah,
for
it
me,
was it was definitely infuriating. I just couldn't. I was just like, men doing what men do best and just totally dismiss and overlook and not even think about the woman sitting there who you invited, by the way. If you wanted to invite Josh, you should have invited Josh and y'all could have had that whole manly man thing out. But you didn't do that.
no.
No. But
I mean, the other thing is I don't know if it was directly stated. I mean, Danny mentioned, "Oh, is this your first journey?"
mm,
Um I did Jam Jam go on a journey before?
Jam Jam has not.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to figure out if there was like an implied you can only go on a journey once kind of thing.
Mm, no, obviously not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Um,
oh, forgot to mention after the challenge, Jeff wanted to check Matthew out because he said you sat out for the second challenge in a row. So obviously you're in pain. So we're going to have medical check you out. So medical checking out Matthew because Matthew's in a lot of pain. Matthew's in some extreme pain after falling, dislocating his shoulder on day 2, and now it's day 9, and his shoulder's in a lot of pain. A
it's
lot of
just
pain.
it's brutal because the thing is, I have I have sympathy for Matt
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
getting injured on Survivor is a horrible, horrible thing. It
Horrible.
is, you are playing the game of your dreams, and to be taken out not by vote, but because of your body physically not being able to survive is horrible. But, and this is the one thing that I'm like, I feel really bad. But you randomly climbed a cliff face on day 2. You climbed the big protruding rock that's been there for seasons for no reason. And you fell off and got hurt, which sucks. But also, why? It is one of, I think it is genuinely one of the strangest actions that has been done on Survivor where there is no context. There is nothing that explains that. There was no thing that would say, oh, go climb this cliff face. There's been nothing on that cliff face ever, to my knowledge, but also they would not store something up that high like that,
No,
where you could get extremely hurt very easily.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Except one time they did put an advantage very high up in a tree, but there was a different way to get it very intentionally that never had you leave the ground. So as much as I'm like, no, God, I'm really sorry your arm hurts, I'm also like, you also very much did this to yourself. And if this happens, I'm really sorry, but that's how the game goes.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because he really didn't have to climb that rock. That was just him just trying to be excited about being on Survivor, but he didn't have to climb that rock. But unfortunately, he climbed the rock. So we get back to Tika's camp after the challenge, and Jam Jam and Josh are like, "We go do this." And then Carolyn comes back. Carolyn comes back from her journey, and as soon as Josh turns his back, she is like at Jam Jam, like, "We are me and you, we good. He got to go.
We're
He
good.
got,
We're
we're
good.
good."
Everyone else is screwed. Everyone else is screwed.
Right. It's just the three of y'all. So really, if y'all good, everything good. But he's like, we're good. He got to go. And so he's like, okay, okay. So now Jam Jam is feeling back in a top powerful position because Carolyn now wants to work with him again, and Josh would like to work with him to get rid of Carolyn. So,
But
but
at the exact same time, they go back and check Josh's idol. And Carolyn walks over and is like, Is this the note you showed me 2 days ago that was with your first idol?"
mm-hmm.
And Jam Jam
and
looks
then
at the idol.
And then he shows them this idol that he made, and Jam Jam is like, "Are these the bees from Tree Mail?" It's just like, no,
No, no.
no,
Why would
what?
why would you think that? And Carolyn and Jim Jim look at each other and are like, okay,
Uh-huh.
we got to the bottom of this.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then the idol starts falling apart. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my
Literally,
God.
as
Josh.
as the validity of the idol falls apart, so does the actual fake idol itself. And you cannot get a better parallel. Like, come
It's
on.
crazy. It's so crazy. I was like, Josh, you didn't have to do that. Oh, I get what you tried to do,
Why?
but
I
it was
mean, I get it, but God. And
because also uh um at the journey, Carolyn says that Josh came back with the idol. So now Brandon and Danny knows that Carson and Jamie also probably came back with an idol. So they like good to
but
know for later.
for
But
later, of course.
they don't actually know that it's no good after they
And
when they get on the beach. But
it's back
it
and
yeah,
forth scheming
it's
with
it's yeah, it's crazy.
Carolyn debating if she should use her idol
Hmm.
because it's a
She don't really
three-person
trust Jam
tribal.
Jam.
It's a three-person tribal.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jam Jam could keep her,
Or he could
but
not.
he could also just go for Josh. And also, literally any plan, it just depends on who you think you have more bonds with.
Wait, hold
And
on. Uh-huh.
and it just every single person is suddenly a target. Oh, Carolyn and Josh could come together because of the previous vote. And they were going to vote out Jam Jam anyway. It didn't matter. But also, Jam Jam, uh, Jam Jam and Josh could come together because, I mean, they were alone at the beach, and Carolyn might have an advantage, and it's best to flush that out now. But also, Jam Jam and Jam Jam and Carolyn could just go with original Tika and vote Josh out. And it's there's no resolution. And that is why this upcoming tribal is so unique because it's not determined already. Every single player is basically playing in a Mexican standoff. And all that needs to happen is for two people to land on the same person. But will it go in a circle? Who knows? And that's a genuine question. Who knows? We don't actually find out. Jeff pulls up to the beach. And obviously, the three of them are very, very, very confused. Jeff.
I'm sorry, my
Nah,
Kennedy
you're good. You're
invasion.
good.
The Kennedy invasion, I had to walk out. But
Jeff
anyway,
breaks the news. He comes to the beach
yes.
and they all know why he's there.
Hmm.
There's no reason for Jeff to come to the beach because none of them are injured. The
Right.
only person who's injured
Yep.
is Matt. And Jeff
Yep.
finally says he held out for as long as he could, but Matt has to be medevaced because his shoulder pain was too excruciating.
That's
And
very sad.
it does suck. It really sucks. But at the same time, it's literally nothing against Matt.
Mm-mm.
I am happy that Matt ended up going simply because I did not want any of Tika to go. The as I was watching Twitter while this was going on, it literally just was so obvious that this was the worst case scenario for
Mhm.
basically everyone. No
Yeah.
one wanted to see the first queer tribe have to go immediately to tribal. No one wanted to see either of Josh, Jam Jam, or Carolyn go home. And through some twisted, horrible means, we got it. But
Yeah.
it cost us Matthew, which
Unfortunately, oops, sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, Matt had to go, and it's sad, but understood why he needed to go. And no, I didn't want to see Carolyn, Jam Jam, or Josh go. Um, Worst case for Tika to lose another tribe member and go down to two people. It's just not cute. It wasn't a good look. Nobody wanted it. And thankfully it didn't happen. Unfortunately, that's for Matt. But what made me chuckle in my inside and maybe chuckle a little bit out loud was once they realized that Matt was gone, everybody was like, oh, Carolyn's not happy.
Carolyn's not
Carolyn,
happy because
Carolyn was not happy. Carolyn said, because I wanted to vote you out, Josh.
which okay, what Carolyn, don't fucking say that, please.
Like, you
No,
don't have any other allies anywhere.
you didn't need to say it.
It's just like,
uh,
my, oh my, oh my.
no. And Josh just looks over and is like, yeah,
I know.
okay, noted, but like,
I
damn.
mean, because guess what? Carson is not coming back to Carolyn and Jam Jam.
Oh, he's not.
He's not. He's just, it's wild. It's wild that she said that. But Carolyn's like, I'm gonna say what I feel like saying, and I don't care. It is what it is. But
And
yeah, then we get the previews for next week though, because next week we're all on one beach, baby.
all of the idols go up in flames. So to be clear, by the way this is written out, unless they were planning to always do the tribe mix up, because I'm not even going to call it a swap. It's not worthwhile calling it a swap. Unless they were always planning to do that at when 4 people were eliminated, because they
Hmm.
might have just done it on the third episode, on the third, after the third tribal, because that's when 3 people would have been eliminated.
Hmm.
They always knew that one of the pre-merge idols was never gonna get used, which is weird.
Hmm. Yeah.
Why would you? Why would you put an advantage into the game that
One of them never would have
intentionally is not
used.
going to be? It just it a lot of the choices this season, like, I'm liking half of the choices that come out, and
Hmm.
the other half I'm like, why are you doing this?
Right.
You didn't need to do this.
It was, yeah, not necessary to do this.
It's like, oh, okay, you can draw, you can risk your vote for an advantage, but no one will know. Except for the fact that you need to at least burn one vote, and then you'll have the decision. It's like, why? You, we are going to force you to swap. but it's one person and we're giving you an idol that you basically are going to play because you can't use it past the merge. You keep adding stipulations that don't need to be there. And like, I love this cast, but damn.
Yeah, it was a lot of the choices are being made this season, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all of them. I think I'm with you. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like. I don't know. But all I know is next week everybody's on the same beach, and yeah, we're going to.
So to be clear, and this is actually really fun now.
Mhm.
Um Jamie will have no idea that she now has two fake idols. Because unless Matthew never told her.
Mm-mm.
Matthew would never have the chance to tell her on the way out. And that's also something interesting. The episode ended zooming away from the Tika Beach, and then we got a short ending confessional from
Yeah.
Matthew. We never went back to Ratu.
No.
We didn't even really get Soka this episode. We didn't get much of
No.
them at all. It
No.
was mainly setting up for, oh my god, Tika's gonna have to go to tribal, and they only have 3 members. Oh my god, what's gonna? Oh, okay, we're just not doing that. Ha. Huh. And it did feel like the producers were expecting this big buildup, and then they were like, yeah, we actually probably have to take out Matthew here, because if we don't take him out here, we have to take him out during whatever the mergatory is, and we just burn that twist. And they were much more willing to burn the final pre-merge than whatever mergatory is going to be. But
Yeah, I don't know. Jamie has those. Well, one of them wasn't fake, but now there's no good
now it's
anymore.
fake.
So yeah, she has two items that she has in her possession that aren't any good. So who knows? Who knows?
So
She
we
thinks one of them
have
real. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week. I don't know what is going to happen with this whole merge situation. If it's a merge or is this mergatory, I don't know what's happening. We don't know. But
yeah.
yeah, we'll find out next week. Jack, I know I wasn't very erratic today with Kennedy, but you did great.
Oh, thank you.
You held me
And
down.
next week is the mergatory, and thank God it isn't some weird hourglass twist. They confirmed that's dead. They
Okay,
confirmed that's dead because it was a horrible, horrible idea, and they also confirmed Do or Die is dead.
good.
Um, I mean, last season, what they did, I can't even really remember what they did. They just kind of were like, okay, we're gonna split you into teams, and there is no like, there's no one left out. It's just you have to win this team challenge, or you have to win the individual challenge, or you're one of 5 people that can be voted for,
Mm,
if I remember correctly.
I think so.
So it'll be interesting.
It will be. It will be. And
I just hope it doesn't screw someone again, or they try some really fancy twist, because I don't want to see that.
I guess we will find out next week, and we'll be right back here to talk about it next week. Um, yeah, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. Share this video, like us. Tell us what you think in the comments below. What you think about all the twists and turns in this game. If you're feeling them, if you're not feeling them. Do you agree with Jack? Half of, or Jack and me, half of them we like. Some of them we don't. Tell us which ones you don't. Do all of that stuff. And like us, follow us on Twitter at the cup_reality to find out when all of our videos will be coming out and be dropping. Like I said, we do everything from drag race to Survivor, even wrestling. Come on, you can't. Our wrestling show should be out tomorrow. We do stuff. We do it all, people. And if you want to be a part, you know what to do. Hit us up. Hit us up. And if you just want to follow Jack and I, you see our Twitters down there. We're good people. We're present on Twitter from time to time. Follow us.
Time, yeah.
Follow us and let us know what you think. And if you want one of these beautiful mugs, you know what to do. Go to lanajcreation.etsy.com. You can pick one of those up, as well as any other merch or any other items that I have in my store. And yeah, it was great hanging out with you today, Jack.
It was
As
so great
always.
hanging out with you.
As always. And yeah, that's it. Cheers, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Ah,
Cheers and cheers. Yeah.
I
Bye-bye.
hope they get out of Mergatory next time.
Yeah. Bye-bye now. No
Bye
merge tour.
bye.